Welcome to the Ancient Way. I'm James.
I'm Marlia.
You're good at, I was just, as I was saying it, I was like, I need to switch up my tone or something, do it differently.
Oh, that's funny.
And you do it differently every time.
My name is so hard to pronounce. Sometimes I can't pronounce it correctly.
That's okay.
So I'm.
Yeah, everybody I know up here that knows you doesn't ever pronounce your name right.
No.
I've
been going to church with people for 10 years and they still can't say my name right.
It's not that complicated.
It is, though.
I've gotten Marleya up here, and I've gotten just Marley.
Yeah. Marley is the solid go-to that most people do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's close.
Whatever.
Tomato, that kind of thing.
Potato.
Yeah. My name in all my yearbooks, I don't know why, but my name, like in my high school yearbooks, was always messed up.
Yours is so simple.
Oh, I know it. The last name in one of my yearbooks is not even, I don't even know if it's a real person.
Wow. It's just Matthew James.
Matthew James Harden. Pretty basic. And then, when you go to school, you sign up and everything, and, they have, schedules.
Wow.
They give me a completely different last name one time. Just weird. Worley. Matt, not even Matthew, Matt Worley. And I don't know if that was a real student or not, but...
Y'all's school wasn't even that big.
Yeah, it was big to me, but...
Y'all were like 3A.
I don't remember what those terms mean.
Little.
Yeah. Well, before it, I was in a class of 15 kids, so it was massive to me.
Oh, yeah. I could see that.
200 or something. Anyways.
I graduated with 591.
Okay.
That was it.
Your class was 591? Oh, that's a lot of people.
I was just happy I wasn't the 591th person.
Yeah.
In the class order.
Oh, God.
I mean, I did graduate,
Yeah.
Top 10% and whatever.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's cool. That's not bad at all.
Not bad for sleeping through most of my classes.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot to show up for most of them.
Okay.
And then I slept through the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty.
I
did almost graduate with 4.0 though.
That's incredible. Well, if you can do it, you get the work done, you can do whatever you want to, right?
Listen, school, I'm convinced this is what school is. Especially public schools.
Yeah.
It's learn the system and know how to conquer the system. It was like a video game to me.
Yeah.
You find out how your teachers teach.
Uh-huh.
They all do the same thing. They're so habitual.
Yeah.
And I just stopped showing up and would still pass the class.
Wow.
I would pass the test. It was very simple for me.
That's deep. Well, that's deep for me. I didn't think of that stuff.
Yeah, well.
My senior year is when I started to discover the kind of facade of it. And I was like, oh, I can get away with stuff. I can kind of have fun and play it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like that about life, but I'm responsible. Back then, no.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wasn't responsible.
Yeah.
I would sleep in. I would never show up for first period.
Really?
Oh, yeah, and I always left by fourth period, so.
Okay. I did a couple of, highlightable, a couple of moments that I was, against the system a little bit. Nothing major, though.
Mine was not an intentional, screw the system. It was I just don't want to do it.
Mine wasn't either, but I was like, I can get away with some stuff now. Yeah. I had a teacher, I hated math. My senior year, I was in math models, which I guess is shapes and stuff. I am not a math person. But I would my teacher knew it too, and she was a good teacher. But she would kind of pick on me, and then I would do stuff. Anyways, I would do this thing where I would pretend like I was asleep, but I would be listening. So they would call me out, which I think I had some trauma from being called out in class before. But I was playing around with it. I would pretend I was asleep, but listen. And then they would be like, Mr. Harden, what's the answer to this? Gotcha. And then I would just
tell them.
And then they would look stupid.
See, this is where Kyla gets it, though.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Her little game she'd be playing.
Her little games, yeah.
She get it all from you.
And then, one of the same class, bless her heart, I had a friend in there. And one day I said, hey, in the middle of class, I'm going to sprint as fast as I can out of the classroom, just as fast as possible. And she's going to be like, what is he doing?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just going to say, I had to go to the bathroom. It was an emergency. Because you can't argue that.
You never can argue that, especially when it comes to throwing up or...
Yeah, and I just didn't come back.
Yep.
And it worked.
Yeah.
It's
really
dumb
easy.
Crap like that. Just disruptive and...
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, yeah, I would do that too.
And the poor teachers, they're just functioning and, doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
What they do.
They barely like their life, so...
I know it.
I don't think...
There were some really good ones though. I
did too.
appreciate the ones that genuinely care, and you can tell. And they left, obviously for me, they've left a lasting impact because I remember them. I remember their names. I remember what class it was and how old I was.
Yeah. I think for me, I have very specific teachers that really meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
But it's that they didn't care so much about what flipping information they were sharing.
Absolutely.
It was that they actually valued what I thought and valued me. And,
yes.
I had, I'll never forget it. I had a teacher, a 6th grade teacher, 7th grade teacher. No, she was my 6th grade teacher that, she kind of followed our class. Like, so in 6th grade, so 5th and 6th were together at one school, 7th and 8th were at another school, and then 9th through 12th at another school. Well, during the 6th grade, she taught on the same, I don't know, did y'all have team teachers? Anyway, so you were like in our class, or like our school, because we were so big.
You would just alternate between certain specific teachers.
Yes, but you had a team. And so you were assigned on a team, and then you would stay within those.
Cool.
Well, my aunt, who basically became like my mom during the 6th grade, because that was right after my parents split up, she took me to school every day. Well, she was one of the team teachers.
Oh, okay.
And so this specific teacher just really, really just valued me so much. Well, then my aunt ended up passing away.
Okay.
Like less than a year later.
Yeah.
And so she like stayed checking in on me and like continued. And then she ended up being the counselor of our high school, but she was over me. And like, so she would come and check in on me. She bought, when Bexley was born in 2020, she sent us a book. Just checking in and saying how much whatever. It was so incredibly kind. But she sent us this book, and it's called When I Prayed for You.
Yeah.
I bawled. It was like the best book I've ever had. It was the best gift. Bexley and I still read it together.
That's sweet.
And it's like that, for me, that's beautiful.
That's
the
one
lasting
of those like
impact.
staples in time that's there. Oh, yeah.
The value that she had and that she chose to continue to invest. It's like, it meant, and I even told her that. I was like, you have always made an imprint on me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There are those good ones. There really
that
are.
I really appreciate. But then you got other ones that are like, I hate this as much as you do. So,
gosh.
Anyways.
I just want to dedicate a whole episode to going through every teacher that because I'm thinking about it now. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that, but it's bringing them all up. I'm like, you know what? There were some good ones.
Yeah.
There were some not so good ones.
See, that's the thing, I think. When something in your life is compatible, I think those people, those teachers, they were actually created to be teachers because they had a heart.
Yes.
And that was compatible with their true person.
Bam. Yeah.
And so I think part of even our journey in our life is like finding the things that are compatible with us.
Absolutely.
Like, what did God create in me to make lasting impact?
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, had my teacher not actually been called to be a teacher, she's not going to leave that mark like that.
Right.
Because she doesn't want to do that. It's more of a burden for her than it is life-giving.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think it's so important, especially if we're, because I kind of want to jump in on that of like, what is compatible and what does it mean to have things in your life be compatible with you? I think finding and discovering what is really within you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, what would you say about that?
Well, I had a instance today, that led me on the same path. And I was writing it while I was waiting to get my hair cut, which I found more white hairs this morning. I don't care. Just saying. A bunch of them. Getting white.
You're maturing.
Yeah, finally. Where's the beard? Where's the mustache?
I can draw one on you.
Yeah, I can too. Now this morning, and this is a frequent thing, people approach me many times. When I show them around this place, it's like, it does spark like imagination and then like potential. People are like, this is amazing. Let's change the world. I literally get those. But I had one recently, and this person was like, this is amazing. People need to know about this. This is such a resource. Like, we're gonna partner up together, and we're gonna make a difference. We're gonna change things. And when people tell me that, instantly feels slimy to me. Every time, just about, because I'm like, and I took notes on this. I had some words for it. Instant turn off. When somebody hits me with a phrase or a vibe that is of that flavor, it instantly feels exhausting. Because it's a curse. It instantly feels like a curse to me.
Yeah.
And it's dreadful.
It's a heavy burden.
But this thing is like, I appreciate your
passion
and your vision. But I'm like, if it ain't with the Lord, I don't want any part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to do this on our own accord, forget it. It just feels horrible.
Because all you're doing is swallowing up the curse in your own person.
Yeah. You're agreeing to go, well, let's trudge on, and whatever it is, even if the intention's noble. It's just like, get a lot of that.
Mm.
People function in a curse a lot of times.
Yeah.
But it's because you're functioning, you're not in compatibility. It's like you're running on, like, you got an Energizer battery, and then you have like the off-brand Brookshire's battery, and it just doesn't run the right way. Or, whatever example. Incompatible.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah.
I love how you just said that, though. You're functioning in the curse.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that they're functioning in the curse.
Yes. And
the curse is not in you.
Right.
You're just functioning with it.
According to it. Yeah.
Yeah. You're to the way of man.
Yeah.
You're living under that heavy burden structure.
Mm-hmm. And the relief is you can experience the fullness of that passion or whatever that is. And it's so much easier, and it's so much the unity of it, doing it with him.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like a lightning bolt of open opportunity. And it's just right,
I love that. I love that so much, because if you think about it, most people will make a plan, a 5-year plan, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, I don't really like doing it, but after 5 years, then I can do this and da-da-da. And it's like, all you've done is made an agreement with something that you're not even compatible with, because you're trying to make these plans to eventually get to what you want to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a heavy burden. That's literally throwing sand on your back, like sandbags on top of you, saying, let's go. Yeah. Like, it'll be good if I can just power through these 5 years or 10 years, or I just got to get to retirement, or
God,
you know what I mean?
Depressing. Yeah.
Or I got to make it through this week so I can get to the weekend. Mm-hmm. Like, that means you're doing
little micro plans. Yeah.
You're doing something that you're not compatible with.
Right.
If that's really what's happening. And I think even that, like, laying that before the Lord and asking him, like, hey, what am I really compatible with? Uh-huh. What is compatible in my system? Mm-hmm. What have you gifted me with? What have you driven? What does it inspire me? Mm-hmm. And then live life from inspiration.
Yes. Another thing. This is another rabbit trail I went on with the compatibility. A lot of people don't know that God has a plan, or that God has ways, even.
Yes.
Or that he has stuff lined out for you. People don't know that. People think he's a wizard playing chess, in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Or, he's the God of death, or the God of later, Time to meet your maker when you die. But anyways.
Oh my God, the God of later. Oh my God, that is it.
Yeah. But he's like got a plan. He's just waiting on you, He's just like waiting on you to like link up to him. And
I like that you
God
said
of distance. That's another one. God of distance, God of the afterlife. It puts him far out somewhere else.
Which is none of his names.
No.
Like,
but
he
a
is
lot of
Emmanuel.
people don't understand that he wants you to partner with him.
I think they're afraid. I think fear causes people to link up with other things, but they're also afraid that, almost like, hey, like the good news, it is too good to be true.
Yeah, it is.
But it's good news.
Mm-hmm. People just don't know him that way.
You've put a false identity. You've even put a false filter on him.
Yeah.
That I love that you've said this once to me. We were talking on the phone. I remember exactly where I was, which is weird. I was in Home Goods. We were on the phone. Was getting stuff ready for a native. And you said, it's interesting. Some people can hustle so hard for what they think is these dreams and these goals that they have, but not realizing that God has already laid everything out for them.
Yeah.
And that he's not going to give it away to somebody else.
Yeah. It's reserved for you.
It's reserved for you. It was created for you. And that struck me so hard because it's like, no, duh, dude.
Yeah.
He thought of you before the foundations of the world.
Yeah.
He knit you together in your mother's womb. Even Jeremiah was like, before the foundation of the world, I called you a prophet.
Yeah.
Like, I put your destiny within you. It's like, if we could step into that and ask him, like, what do you have reserved just for me?
Yeah.
The value that you'll feel from him, the understanding of how much he loves you will come in on that.
Yeah.
You won't play second fiddle. You won't play small anymore.
Right.
When you realize everything is actually designed for you to make lasting impacts for people. Yeah. It will be the thing that you're compatible with. And then maybe you're not a teacher that actually makes a lasting impact, but maybe you, for lack of better words, maybe you are a clerk somewhere that sees so many people that can just bang, 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 bang on people all day long. Yeah. Like, give life, sow seeds, like that creates a lasting impact. Yeah. Because I think the ultimate thing about what we're compatible with is connection. We're not compatible with a works mentality.
Oh, yeah, right.
And I think that's where, when you realize that everything flows through connection, all of life, success flows through connection. It flows through love the Lord your God and love your neighbor as yourself. Yeah. All of these hang the law and the prophets. That's life. That's the key to life. Yeah. I was thinking about that this morning, actually. About, like, this is the commandment of the Lord. It says the commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. Yeah. That's in Psalm 19. And it's like the things that cause our eyes to get brighter and to see clearer and to feel inspired. Yeah. It's actually the commandment of the Lord. Love him and love people. Yeah. That's it.
Simple. Yeah.
Your success comes out of it. And by that, I mean literal money.
Yeah. Yeah, all of it.
I mean, Deuteronomy 8:18 wasn't a joke. Right. Like, he's given us the power to produce wealth.
Yeah, absolutely.
To put on a display as a covenant. So it's like...
And it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's adventurous to just trust him in it.
And to walk with him in it.
To walk with him in it. Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. It's like this beautiful Easter egg hunt life is, But it's meaningful.
It's so true.
The people I see that have the plans and the hustle the fruit of their lives is hustle. Like, there's no, I don't see any success, honestly, in it. I don't see it. I'm like, well, where's the people that tell me how to do things, how to run stuff, like how to market and how to do all this. Like, you have to do if you want to get these people, you have to do it, and I don't see it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, well, it's not present in your life. Why would I take that? It's the fun little question. Bottom line, I don't care. The Lord, follow him.
To me, it's like, it's true though.
Yeah.
Even, I don't know, I think about Mark Cuban, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude is so flippin' wealthy.
Yeah.
I think of anybody wealthy, right? I'm talking like, the top percenters.
Yeah.
Even though they have so much money, they made agreements with the darkness to produce that.
Yeah.
And so I guarantee you have a conversation with them, they're still chasing peace.
Yeah.
Because the agreement, the compatibility is not with the hustle.
Right.
I think in every single person, and it will always be devoid of peace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because peace is him. It is the Lord.
Yeah. Well, and you're erecting a monument to yourself too. If you've done it too, it's like, look what I did. Like, look what I built. And then, having to hang on to that feels rough as well.
It's so true.
Just had another thought and I lost it. Just fluttered away.
You better go catch that butterfly.
Yeah.
James likes to chase butterflies.
I do. Yeah. Oh, it's coming back. I caught the butterfly. Even idolizing, and people do this too. People get narrow-sighted and they'll idolize people like that. They'll idolize the wealth, and then that's their goal, which, like we've talked about before, is probably freedom.
Yeah.
At the very core of it.
They're looking for freedom.
They're looking for complete and total freedom through money and success, and looking for freedom and validation and value in their self through those things. But even that, following the Lord, that's not even a factor, because he's going to provide whatever is necessary in your life for you to be fruitful, and whatever it is he's put on your heart. He's just going to provide everything for you. So that's not even a factor. And a lot of times that just comes with the territory. But it's like you're sacrificing those things. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then he'll, bring it on.
It makes me, when you just said that, like, sacrifice everything.
Yeah.
It's like even the things that you think are so good.
Yeah.
And that you're even inspired by.
Yeah.
I think of what just happened with you.
Right.
Will you elaborate on that? Because that's such a dope story.
I will.
If you don't want to go into that, that's okay.
No, I'll share it.
But that's like, to me, that's
yes.
This is an aspect of like choosing to lay down everything before the feet of the Lord.
Yeah. And this one was so close because I know a lot of it is him. Like, he wants that for me.
Yeah.
But it's the way of going about it. Yeah. I've always had, ever since I was a kid, I would write stories and have movie ideas and stuff. And just recently-ish, over the past 10 years, I've tried to put feet to them. Anyway, I've had this wave, at least probably once every couple years, of I'll get stuff situated to go film. I'll build all these props and stuff, which I thoroughly enjoy. But then there'll be a letdown because it's not priority for everybody else, which is understandable. It's a passion of mine. And ultimately, I want to make space for people to function in these kind of things here. But anyways, it hit me again. Lined up all this stuff, secured a location for, like, this is the best deal in the world. Awesome stuff. I have all the equipment. All it is like, hey, let's go do it.
Yeah.
It'll be done. Well, everybody can't really do that. And it's been hard, people pulling through and stuff. And so it disappointed me. And I sat in it, and you talked to me about it too. Anyways, ended up, and I remember the day that I really released it. It was tough. It was like, man, I love this so much. I know this is going to produce incredible things for people, cool opportunity. But I'm just gonna give it up to you, and you just make the way for it. And I'm just gonna release it. And I did, and it was a relief. I was so productive in everything else. Knocked a bunch of stuff out. And then he gave me that dream about the I Love Lucy dream, He's done that before.
Go into the dream.
I Love Lucy dream. Okay.
Go into it, man.
Okay.
Because there's so much in it.
Yeah. And this was shortly afterwards, which he's given me dreams that point at the destiny thing for me before. But I had this dream last Friday night that I was at Dory's Gardens, and in the dream she was like giving things to people, which she kind of does in real life too. But she pulled open this box and she gave me the rights to like Lucille Ball, her everything, her image, television, anything. I Love Lucy. She's Lucy, and I Love Lucy. Which a lot of it I didn't know, and I asked you about it, and you were like, she was this pioneer in the television world. Come to find out, it was the first television show that was ever shot on like 35 millimeter film.
Oh, wow.
Which is interesting. So anyways, I had the dream that Dory was like, here you go. You have the rights to everything she's ever made, everything that will ever be made from her. You get the royalties from it, everything. I was like, wow, cool. Then I woke up. I shared it with you. You told me who she was. Well, the other night I was cooking like ground beef and buffalo in this pan one night, just late.
That sounds delicious.
It is. Got some in the fridge. But anyways, I was scrolling through. I was looking at Facebook, and my buddy's mom or grandma posted this thing. I have a snapshot of it. I'll just read it. There it is. It says, Happy I Love Lucy Day. Our favorite show premiered on this day in 1951.
That is Saturday after you had the dream. This was
3 days. I Love Lucy Day is the Saturday.
Right.
After I had the dream.
On the Friday night.
Yeah, I had the dream Friday night. Woke up next morning. It's I Love Lucy Day. I didn't know that till then. So I freaked. I'm like, oh crap. I got chills.
Yeah.
I was like, I never knew that. And so then I just do research. I find out about the 35 millimeter film thing. And the show Lucy was born in, and the show was shot in Jamestown, New York.
Which is a play on your name.
I know, Jamestown.
Yeah.
And just the compatibility of it, of the dream, the reality of it, Lord reinforcing it both ways and it connecting.
Do you know what I think is so dope about it? Well, multiple things.
Yeah.
Dory, the name itself actually means gift of God.
Oh, wow. Didn't know that.
So there's a gift that was given to you in a garden, which I think is the original. It's the Garden of Eden. Mm-hmm. It is where we were first birthed. Yeah. Mankind in God's image. It's the original state that we were born into. Mm-hmm. And I think the gift that was being given to you is what we're all talking about. Yeah. I'm just explaining this for everybody, but to me, that's just like, and then to have the token of like, hey, not only that, but I gave it to you the night before that you could wake up as if Christmas morning. Yeah. This is your gift. Yeah. And then also it has the stamp of your name on it. Mm-hmm.
It's just triple reinforced.
I mean, literally.
And I was asking about it when it comes to my own dreams and stuff. When I do run it by y'all and y'all like open it up, really help me out a lot. But I was kind of like, what do I do with this? And it's almost like it's a token. It's like me talking to you. Mm-hmm. It's a token from me. Yeah. And it's almost like you release this to me. Watch, like you release your stuff to me. Mm-hmm. Anyways, just really sweet. And I was just like, wow,
that's the mystic reality,
sweet to
dude.
Me. He's just being nice to me and like, anyways.
That is mystic Christianity though.
Yeah.
That is it. Like the things that the Lord is asking you to lay down and to surrender, he gives it back and he gives it back 100-fold. Yeah. And I guarantee you will see things come out of it.
Absolutely. It's like, I know I will.
And then he stamps it.
Yeah.
I think, did we ever publish my stuff about like the snake and all of that?
It's come up. I don't think we did the whole thing.
But I don't think I've released it.
No, we did not release that one.
Anyways, but it just made me think of that, like the same tokens.
Right.
Like I went through a significant deliverance and then I got 3 tokens in the physical realm about it.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is the same thing that happened with you. It's like, man, when you choose to lay something down, the Lord will give something back.
Yeah.
Because he's not a robber.
No, not at all.
He's not one that's just like, oh, surrender it and good luck.
And the tokens is such a sweet thing of him like honoring. It's just communication and everything about it is so sweet.
You feel, I'll say this, I felt so seen.
Yeah.
I felt so like you so care about me. You so care about all the things that I've even felt harassed by.
Yeah. And
the things that I feel like I'm having to lay down. And I'm very transparent in all that. I'm just like, God, this is frustrating, but I'm going to do it because I know that you're good. And not just like, because I love that Kat went into that, like all these ideologies that we think that we have, but like connecting your heart into it. It's like, there's so much more to be had.
Yeah. And how good does that feel when he does give you that? Like, I see you, I'm with you. That disarms anything else. That disarms anything else. Validation from anyone else.
Then you don't have to listen to anybody else's opinion.
Not at all.
And then
it's like, oh, what matters?
Who cares if nobody's showing up right now to help you fulfill it? The Lord's going to bring you other people.
Absolutely.
It's like, it doesn't matter because it's not on my timetable.
So
it'll be better.
Yeah. And I don't have to have my 5-year plan for it.
Yeah.
I don't have to. Yeah.
You don't have to force a thing. Because this is what you're compatible with.
Yeah.
This is the destiny inside of you.
It's the way it really works.
I think it's in every person. And even if they haven't had this level of experience, I think it's available for them.
Yeah.
So I feel, keep going. I know you were about to say something. You did the wind up breath.
I did, yeah. Well, I was just going to say, I feel like those who are faithful with it are going to produce and live and walk in the evidence of it, to where when you do talk to people about it, it's like, hey, this is the way it's done. It's done through him. And then they can see that, and they can see the real true light and success of your life and be like, yes.
You're displaying it.
I'm going to seek him.
Yeah.
You're displaying it.
You're displaying what it really means to walk in this new covenant life.
Yeah.
And that is signs and wonders, but that is it's so much more.
So could you imagine if like a Elon Musk level person was like, yeah, I follow the Lord. That's it.
Yeah. Like, hey, the Lord told me to do this. Also,
would you change everything? Would everybody start making YouTube videos about, here's how to get success? Seek the Lord, just like, what would it change?
Yeah. Why don't you get into the secret place?
Yeah.
And, well, they wouldn't be gross YouTube videos. I'll say that.
Yeah. For the slimy, sales pitch.
Yeah. It wouldn't be about self-promotion, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's so pure. So what I was going to say was, I feel that for people. Like, I'm encouraging people to go sit with the Lord and actually ask him, what destiny do you have for me? And what have you laid out for me? What are you trying to roll out in my life?
Yeah.
Or what are you trying to establish in my life?
Yeah, absolutely.
That will cause things to click into pieces, to click into place. Because I think understanding what the Lord is trying to establish in you is also a key to unlock even your own destiny. Because
and hope.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And don't cap what he tells you. For sure.
And that comes in a myriad of ways.
Yeah.
It could come through a dream like you had. It could come through somebody else. You could feel inspired by listening to a song.
Yeah.
You could have a memory about something that you felt so passionately inspired by when you were a kid.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that whole deal of ask him, and then I'm excited, like wait on what he says and how he's going to say it.
Yeah.
That's an immediate step you can take right there.
Yep.
And expect him to show up in one way or another. Just keep your eyes open. Be like, where are you at?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just wait for it.
That's cool.
I think understanding how the Lord, how he fashioned you, how he thought about you, and gaining his perspective of your life drastically will change your day-to-day life.
Oh, yeah.
The things that you put your hand to, the things how you interact with your kids, how you interact with your spouse.
Yeah.
And then you start doing it for them. You ask the Lord, like, hey, what destiny do you have for them?
Oh, yeah.
What do you see about my kids?
Yeah.
What have you thought about before you ever put them inside of our family?
Yeah.
Before you placed them here, what'd you think about them? What have you caused? How can I unravel them?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. How can I foster that?
How do I bring that forward?
Yeah.
Like for me, probably a crap parent move. I don't know.
Who knows?
We don't read the Bible in front of Bexley. I don't do the whole like...
You didn't get her a kid's Bible?
My father did. This is where the story comes in.
Oh, okay.
My dad did give her a kid's Bible with all the pictures.
Oh, yeah.
But I've never once told her, let's sit down and read it. I mean, she is like 2.5, so, whatever. But I don't force God on things.
Yeah.
I just let them be. She hears our conversations because we talk about the Lord a lot.
Yeah.
She'll watch me read. I should say that. But we don't like read it together in front of her or whatever. Like,
it's not forced. Yeah.
It's not forced. It was about 2 months ago. She crawled up every night now. She's crawled up in her chair, her rocking chair, with the Bible. And she wants me to read her a story. And so, unbeknownst to me, I have not even attempted this, but you can see the passion that she already has for the Bible.
Yeah.
You can already see. She's like, she'll say Jesus. She already started calling out Jesus out of everybody.
Yeah.
And these picture books got a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah.
She literally knew who he was. It was, I'm telling you, the first time it happened, I was like, this is wild.
Yeah.
Because she was flipping through the pages, right? And it's the back of Jesus's head.
Yeah.
And his wavy hair. And she goes, Jesus. And I was like,
yeah.
Yep. I was like trying to play it cool, but also I was like, what the frick?
Yeah.
How does she know?
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
wow.
She did know. We don't have pictures of Jesus, sad, Jesus anywhere.
You don't have framed pictures of Jesus in your house?
We don't. But I was like, how does she know that? And then she's over here, like, she'll scroll through and she's like, oh, Jesus has a boo-boo. Because, of course, it's got, like, the nails.
The little, yeah.
The nails in his hands.
Huh.
But it's funny. She'll go through it and she finds Jesus on every page. And she's like, Jesus sad. Because they make him so sad in this book. Of course,
yeah.
I was like, I've got to either find a better one or...
I want to white out and draw a happy face on him.
Literally.
Something, yeah.
She was like, what's that?
Yeah.
I was like, they're just mad people, Bexley. I don't know.
That makes me think of, like parenting, like fostering who they were created to be. And then our last episode, like people are inherently good or built that way. And so like her kind of seeking it for her own self of like wanting to read the Bible.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you don't have to force it. It's freedom.
Yo, I wasn't even in the room half the time.
Yeah.
I walk in on watching her flip through the Bible. And she's got a ton of books.
Yeah.
It's just funny she goes for that one. Also because it's pretty jacked up.
Right. Yeah. But it's like, what if he's inside all of us?
Yeah.
What about
100.
letting that develop and grow?
And then
being,
trusting
just being
that.
there for trusting him. Yeah, trusting that.
Trusting him in her.
And that is another example of releasing. Of releasing it, relinquishing control.
Yeah.
But and examples like that is so worth it. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, why would I ever try?
Yeah.
He's a better father than I would ever be a mother.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
He knows how to unravel her. And that's one thing I actually do pray constantly for her is like, teach me to parent the way that you parent.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Teach me, give me the wisdom and understanding to unravel her to where she's her purest self.
Yeah.
Unfiltered, never having to experience having to unlearn things.
Yeah.
You know, like,
oh, for sure.
I want her to learn and move.
And a good example is like, and sometimes I do this, like, watch, how does he talk to me? How does he handle me when I do stuff? And I can see him, and I can take that on.
Yeah.
For her.
Mm-hmm.
It's another way. Well, it's just part of the value of connection with him.
I think the biggest thing is there's no condemnation.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no shame.
Absolutely.
And he's not sitting there calling out all of our faults.
No.
John 8 proves that.
Absolutely not.
He's asking the adulterous woman, like, hey, who's over here condemning you?
Yeah.
She's like, nobody. He was like, I don't do it either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's been hard for me, like learning
it's hard for a lot of people.
To rewire that. Because I'm very intentional with the language that I use with Bexley. Not perfect, but intentional.
Mm-hmm.
But realizing, like, God will tell me why we do things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, of course he does. Like, why are we love?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's who he created me to be.
Right.
And why do we not condemn our brothers?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because we weren't condemned. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can catch that. So like being able to parent Bexley of like, hey, we don't hit our friends.
Yeah.
Because we use our hands for healing and not for hitting.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't we think of that?
Yeah. That is him understanding in truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not, you just do what you're told and don't ask questions. That's not him at all.
Yeah. It's relational.
It's relational and it's understanding, which is a massive aspect of wholeness.
Mm-hmm. I think one thing that I think the Lord really wants people to have established in them is that one thing that we're compatible with is friendship with him.
Yeah.
Not just father, son, kind of like you're over me.
No, like companionship.
Like companionship.
Mm-hmm.
Companionship
Absolutely.
He is our friend. Mm-hmm. And so how do you talk to your friends?
Yeah.
That's how you can talk to
God.
God.
No filters, yeah.
Yeah, you don't filter through things. You don't like hold back, especially like your safe people.
Yeah.
It's like process stuff with God.
Yeah.
Write it out, talk it out, scream it out, cry it out, like whatever means, but express it with the reality that he's with you.
Be honest.
Yeah.
Express it with honesty. Yeah.
You have to. You have to express with honesty. But with the reality that he's there.
Yeah.
With even if it's quote unquote by faith. Mm-hmm. I hate that phrase, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, Lord, even though I don't feel this, by faith, I am choosing to say that in this moment, I know you're with me.
Yeah.
And so here it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then let it fly. And then see what happens.
That's where tokens come from.
Yep.
I'm going to call it tokens. The faith, partnering your faith. And then when he brings it,
it's exactly what it is.
Then it's a token and it's there, it's done.
Yep.
It's belief. And it's truth.
You know what I've been thinking? Zach said this the other day and we kind of got in the conversation of it, but he was like, you know, the thing that he's always that's messed with his mind is like, store up the treasures in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, bump that. And I was like, you know what? I don't think it's like that.
Yeah.
I think he's saying like, store up the tokens that you have.
Yeah.
Because heaven is at hand.
Yeah.
And you can access those tokens at any time to plant something here.
That's right. Yeah.
That's why we store up treasures in heaven.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
It's not about, it
not
might
about,
be.
Oh, I'll dig through my treasures later.
Exactly. Yeah. It's still the God of later.
God of later, yeah.
I think 100% there's an element of that. I'll say that. I do think that we are.
Oh, yeah.
We are building also for eternity.
Oh, definitely.
But I also think eternity is here. I think there is an element that
it's belief and a track record you can pull from now.
Yep.
It's stability and it's him.
Yeah.
It's just constant reinforcement. Yeah. That's a perfect way to. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. But I just saw that in a new light. Like, no, to store up treasures in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, we've already been given unlimited access.
Mm-hmm.
We've been given unlimited access to him.
Yeah.
Ephesians 2:6, we're seated in heavenly places. He's opened the storehouses to us.
Yeah.
He's literally held nothing back. So why would we have to store something?
Right. Why do you store things? So you can dig into it, access it.
So when you need it, you can bring it forward.
I'm sorry, I found a word. I just
popped into
my mind.
I love it. But yeah.
I was thinking like it builds repertoire, another word.
That's
fancy.
A very big word.
Repertoire.
Golly, what is the deal?
And I was like, before I use it, I need to look it up. But I think it's, anyways. And I looked it up. It's a whole body of items which are regularly performed, or a stock of skills or types of behavior that a person habitually uses. So maybe when you store it up, I don't know. It's just something you can dish out at will. It becomes, it's reinforcement, it's belief, and it's things that you have.
It's the authority that you have to give to other people.
That's right.
It's the track record that you have had. That's why you're storing stuff up.
Yes.
So that you can give the authority out.
Yeah.
So you can let people experience what you have experienced. When you walk through something, you gain something. I think that's what it is. Like, store up treasure. Walk through your stuff.
Yeah.
Extract every ounce of things that you can have.
And then you can share that with people. Look at this treasure that I have. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, hey, look at this thing. I got delivered of this. I got to walk through this. And if he did it for me, he'll do it for you. You're not stuck. Keep moving forward.
Yeah. I see people.
Yeah.
I see people functioning in compatibility with the Lord. And like I said earlier, having great success in life, in every aspect of it. And then people saying, how? And then you sharing that treasure of like, I did it with him.
Bang. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That's
incredible.
It, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the spoil is not just for you, it's for the whole house.
Absolutely.
That's for everybody that you're connected to.
It's for the world.
Yeah, something jumped out at me one Sunday. It's in Matthew 5. I think it's fun when the Bible comes alive, right? But he says, "You're the light of the world, a city set upon a hill that cannot be hidden. Nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house." It's for everyone.
Yeah.
Your light, the light you carry, is for everybody.
Absolutely.
The treasure that you have stored up is actually to be disposed to everybody.
Yeah.
It's a group spoil, dude.
It is. Yeah.
Is it better to have just one of your big treasure chest, or is it better to have 40 of everybody's big treasure chest?
Yeah. Well, that's incredible. We opened up a can of worms there.
We sure did.
Good.
I like it, man.
Oh, yeah. I'll be dwelling on that for a while.
Yeah.
Huh. It's true, though.
Or even asking the Lord, like, what am I storing up right now?
Yeah.
That I will release. Like, what am I gaining right now?
Yeah.
That's what it makes me think of. It's like, what am I bringing into my person, or what am I overcoming that's causing me to store up?
Yeah.
Treasure.
Or what opportunities are there to store up treasure?
Yes. That's good too. Oof. What opportunities are there to store up treasure?
It's everywhere. It really is.
Yep, I like that one. That one felt
That's good. That's good.
You wanna have a closer? Is there anything you want to say?
I don't have a closer.
Okay.
Usually the music will probably kick in right about here.
Okay.
At the end. Drift away. You got anything?
No.
Okay. Well.
See you next time.
Thanks for listening. We always say it at the same time.
I know, I did that on purpose.
I usually won't say anything. I'll let you say it first, and then I might bye-bye or something like at the end of it.
Well, why don't you just clip all this from?
I'll just leave it.